a tafa masa shi ma gwamna Atiku Bagudu da manyan baki da suka zo suna da yawa a nan, yan kwamiti na campaign council duka suna nan saboda lokaci. Woman leader tana nan ita ma duka da 'yan national working committee da suke nan, muna muku marhaba da zuwa, manyan baki maza da mata, kowa da ya zo nan Allah ya sa a koma gida lafiya. Sannan za mu so yanzu za mu kira mai masaukin baki gwamna Alhaji Abubakar Bello dan ya zo ya bamu ya bude mana wannan taro da jawabi. Gwamna, da Allah a tafa masa, da Allah a tafa masa. Akubelaji a tafa masa.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Our APC presidential candidate, His Excellency Senator Asuwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu Galadiman Borgu, Jagaban Borgu, His Excellency Senator Kashim Shettima, APC Vice Presidential Candidate, the National Chairman, All Progressives Congress, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, His Excellency, CON, and Sarkin Yakin Kefi. The Executive Governor of Plateau State and the Director General Tinubu Shettima Presidential Campaign Council, His Excellency Right Honorable Simon Bako Lalong, Your Excellencies, the Governors of Kebbi and Jigawa State, members of APC National Working Committee, members of State Assembly, Your Excellencies, the Deputy Governor of Niger State, Ahmed Mohammed Kitso, Honorable Speaker, Niger State House Assembly, State Chairman and other State Working Committee, Director Generals, Directors of Presidential Campaign, members of State Assembly, Cabinet members, SSG Chief of Staff, Special Advisors, Local Government Council Chairman present, Agro-Commodities delegates, critical stakeholders of our great party, all our candidates, starting from the gubernatorial candidate down the ladder, party elders, heads of security agencies, support groups, members of press, ladies and gentlemen. I am pleased to welcome in a very special way the presidential candidate of the APC, Asuwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu, our own Jagaban Borgu and his entourage to this town hall meeting with agricultural commodities stakeholders of northern Nigeria. My colleague, governors present here, and other distinguished stakeholders, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to Niger State. Invited guests, this assemblage of major actors in the agricultural value chain in northern Nigeria, holding here in Minna, is a testimony of our collective belief that northern Nigeria, and indeed Niger State, is the undisputed food lifeline of Nigeria. The discussions on how to move the agribusiness forward in northern Nigeria couldn't be hosted more appropriately anywhere other than Niger State, as we provide ourselves as a state having the largest land size for various forms of agricultural businesses in Nigeria. I am confident that our presidential candidate of APC and president in waiting, inshallah, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, will find this meeting useful towards consolidating on the Muhammadu Buhari-led federal government agricultural agenda. The singular fact that the Tinubu government is planning to focus on agriculture as a major driver of Nigerian economic rejuvenation is a promising move that the leadership of Tinubu Shettima government is fully prepared to lead the nation to the promised land, thereby deserving the support of Nigerians. Over the years, our government in Niger State has continued to support the development of agriculture in crop, livestock, and fishery productions. We have reactivated some out of the 19 moribund irrigation schemes in the state, as well as rehabilitation of over 300 kilometers rural access roads through the implementation of the Rural Access and Mobility Project RAMP 2 program. Out of the 25 grazing reserves in the state, we have gazetted 8, among which the 36,000 hectare Bobi Grazing Reserve. The reserve has attracted 5 international investors for the production of dairy and other associated livestock products, and over 1,300 hectares of pasture plots have been developed and basic facilities provided towards making the reserve viable. In collaboration with the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, we are developing the Sei Grazing Reserve, training pastoralists, extension agents, and providing necessary facilities to improve livestock productivity in the state, among other things. With access to land, water, and air transportation, large expanse of wetland for mechanized farming, sound agricultural policy framework, receptive and hospitable people, indeed Niger State is a destination of choice when we talk of agriculture. Therefore, while urging all participants to exhaustively discuss issues that will put our farmers on the center stage for the economic revival of northern Nigeria, I call on all stakeholders here present to put Niger State on the forefront of all plans and strategies emanating from this town hall meeting, considering our comparative advantage. Once again, I welcome you all to Niger State and wish you all a successful deliberations. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Governor Abubakar Sani Bello, the Executive Governor of Niger State. Next on our agenda this afternoon is to invite, for his opening remark, the DG of the Presidential Campaign Council of the All Progressives Congress and Executive Governor of Plateau State, His Excellency Simon Lalong. Can we put our hands together, please?
APC! APC! Our presidential candidate, and by the grace of God, our president in 2023, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu Tijagaban Oborgo. The vice presidential candidate, our dear brother and father, Senator Kashim Shettima. The chairman of our party, himself a prolific farmer. Everybody knows him as a farmer. And he was the reason behind creating a directorate for farmers. Can we put a round of applause for our chairman, Senator Abdullahi Adamu? Our chief host, my friend, the governor of Niger State, the chairman, Progressive Governors Forum, the chairman of the northern, of the coordinating chairman for the North, our wonderful Mr. Calculator, who calculated very well today. Other governors that you are there are here. Your Excellencies, members of the National Assembly. Let me come back to Niger. Niger, are you here? Do you have a gubernatorial candidate? Who is your gubernatorial candidate? I didn't hear it very well. So, Bago, can you stand up and wave your people? Thank you. Thank you very much. Where is your deputy? Thank you. I did it deliberately because I am told that in the next dispensation, everybody that wants to be something in 2027, you must be a legislator. That is why your governor wants to go to the Senate, because our presidential candidate is a former legislator. The vice presidential candidate is a former legislator. The national chairman is a former legislator. The DG of the campaign is a former legislator. The progressive governors chairman is a former legislator. I don't want to count former legislators. So, Niger, you are very lucky. Other members that are here, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I am highly delighted to welcome you to all these very important engagement with a critical set of the people that hold the destiny of this nation. It has been widely established that a nation without food is a nation in trouble. Therefore, this town hall meeting is one of the very important events we are holding as we continue to tell Nigerians what renewed hope the manifesto of our presidential candidate, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and Senator Kashim Shettima is all about. I welcome our dear national chairman, Senator Abdullah Adamu, who is a very renowned practicing farmer and former chairman of the Senate Committee on Agriculture and Rural Development. I most especially welcome our presidential candidate, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Jagaban of Borgu, for coming home to Niger State to talk to those that feed us. Let me also appreciate my brother, the governor of Niger State, His Excellency Abubakar Sani Bello, for hosting such an important event. As we are all aware, over 70% of the Nigerian population are farmers who engage in farming to produce food and create jobs. These farmers, who are mostly engaged in subsistence farming, have saved this nation from hunger, and since the coming of the APC under President Muhammadu Buhari, provided the basis for diversification of the nation's economy and reducing food imports. Our presidential candidate, Ahmed Bola Tinubu, the Jagaban of Borgu, has a lot of respect for farmers and has indeed demonstrated over the years that he wants to see farmers move from subsistence farming to mechanized farming. This will not only provide opportunities for producing and marketing farm produce, but also adding value to the products through processing. The Presidential Campaign Council has not only gathered you here to look for votes and support Nigerian farmers, but to also enable you to listen to the blueprint of our presidential candidate, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and raise questions and clarification. It is therefore important that this town hall meeting gives room for an interface between the presidential candidate and the representatives of these farmers across the nation. Asiwaju and Shettima are people who listen and are always ready to get feedback, suggestions, and information that will help them give the best to farmers and Nigeria at large. As Asiwaju has said severally, he will ensure that insecurity is addressed with vigor to boot our criminals masquerading as bandits and terrorists who have in recent times become a threat to food security through attacks and kidnap on farmers and other Nigerians. He is aware of such threats here in Niger State and other states and has vowed to deal with it head on immediately he comes into office. Under Tinubu presidency, employment and job creation will be achieved through improving the agricultural sector and moving farmers away from depending on physical energy to mechanization and industrial processing. At the Presidential Campaign Council, we recognize that the major stakeholders in the industry have a major role to play in ensuring victory at the 2023 general election for Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu as president and Senator Kashim Shettima as vice president. That explains why the PCC created the Agro-Commodities Directorate, which is new in Nigerian political space. Farmers, I didn't hear you clap. This is the first time we are creating a full directorate for farmers. That explains why the PCC created the Agro-Commodities Directorate, which is new in Nigeria political space. This move is important because we recognize the value of farmers and the role they play in this forthcoming general election. For us, farmers and other stakeholders in the agricultural industry have the numbers to decide who eventually becomes the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I know Nigerian farmers have no other choice than Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Jagaban of Borgo. As representative of the major farming and commodities associations, groups and cooperatives, you must therefore mobilize your members and colleagues across the nation to ensure that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is elected as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria come 2023. We are targeting a reasonable number of 25 million farmers who will vote for the APC across all contestable offices in the forthcoming general election. Once more, I welcome you and congratulate the Agro-Commodities Directorate for making sure that this event is properly organized. I urge you to fully participate and engage with Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu for a renewed hope for Nigeria. Our presidential candidate and vice, I saw you were very excited. Maybe because we are meeting farmers today. Without them, there will be no food in Nigeria. God bless APC and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you. That was the DG, the able DG, Presidential Campaign Council of the APC, the man who will ensure that all T's are crossed and all I's will be dotted to ensure victory come 2023. His Excellency, Simon Lalong. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Thank you. At this point, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we would like to invite to the podium His Excellency, the man who knows these farmers more than any other person because he has been a farmer all his life, a man who is piloting the affairs of this party. Please join me as I welcome His Excellency, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, the National Chairman of the APC, for his special remarks.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم استغفر الله العظيم الذي لا إله إلا هو حي القيوم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على النبي الكريم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Your Excellency, my brother, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, come 2023 May, by the grace of God. Distinguished Senator Ahmed Bola Tinubu, the Jagaban of Borgu, and now Jagaban Nigeria. Your Excellency, my son, the Vice Presidential candidate of our party, and by the grace of Almighty Allah, come May 2023, the Vice President of the Federal Court of Nigeria, distinguished Senator Kashim Shettima. Your Excellency, my son, our host, the Executive Governor of Niger. As my son, I like that accolade of his, Lolo, Governor Lolo. Governor, I say it again, Governor. My brother, the Executive Governor of Jigawa, who doubles here as the coordinator for the northern states, the APC. My brother, the Executive Governor of Kebbi, who doubles as the chairman of the Governors Forum, a progressive governors forum in Nigeria. The Director General of the Campaign Council, in the person of the Governor of Plateau State, permit me to stand by the protocol established. APC! APC! Now, Your Excellency, my dear brothers and sisters, we have been told in the opening remarks why we are here. We are here, this is my primary constituency, the farmers of this country. So let me please greet them very specially, as we do in our tradition as farmers. Great Nigerian farmers! Great Nigerian farmers! No farmer! No farmer! No farmer, no nation. This meeting today has a very special and unique place in the activities of our great party lined up for sensitizing our populace for the forthcoming general election of 2023. One very interesting thing you need to know is that agriculture is the biggest single employer of Nigerians. There's no sector in the Nigerian economy that employs people the much that agriculture is doing. So the future of this country, no matter how you look at it, rests with our capacity to produce what we eat and eat what we produce. It's a shame that our economy is import-driven. And for as long as it remains so, for so long would we be in a state of want. God forbid. So the campaign council, secretariat, has done a lot of good to the campaign effort to think on the need for this very important interactive session we are going to have with commodity producers. I want to recall sometimes when the current or the person who won the election in Brazil, Lula, said during his first tenure, he said the thing that gives him most inconvenience, the thing that makes him not have a good sleep at night, is to think that there is a Brazilian for whom he's president who is going to bed with an empty stomach. Therefore, agriculture became his cornerstone. And of all the presidents that Brazil has had, none of them has been successful as Lula. And people brought him from prison, and he has won the election that was held just last week. So we attach great importance to this interaction. And because our presidential candidate, Bola Tinubu, has listening ears. He has what? Are we together? He has what? I am very sure he is going to listen with rapt attention to hear and comprehend what the interaction is going to be between our commodity producers. I am a farmer before anything else. Today, farming is my first love. Farming is my first love. And I've had visitors time and again who came visiting me on my farm. And when they go through the endowment that God has given us by way of the land, vast land, fertile land, they keep worrying why we should be talking of poverty in Nigeria of the 21st century. We therefore have to stand up, vote APC in the next general election, starting February 25th next year, right through to governorship elections and state assembly elections. We must stand by APC. All the other parties are pretenders to agriculture. This is proof that the APC has done that. We take agriculture seriously. I therefore thank Almighty God that made it possible for us to be among his subjects that are living today and giving us the ability to come and be part of this very historic event. They may want to copy us when they see the impact this kind of thing is making. But the original thought is APC. They may want to copycat what we are doing, but they will not make the impact that our effort is making. We are going to listen to the participants. They are going to talk to us on what we call value chain. Value chain. That is where the success of agriculture lies. Because if you produce and you can't add value to what you produce, you won't maximize the benefit of what you have produced. So if you get yam from your farm and you take just the raw farm from the farm, the yam from the farm to the market, you're going to make a very minimal amount of money. But if you add value to what you have harvested, commodity and the line that we produce. So we need to sit up, because the stability of this country depends on the success of agriculture. We are now still dilly-dallying whether we are 200 million or 200 million plus. But the projection we have is in the next 20 years, we may be hitting something like 400 million people. It is not going to be a joke to feed 400 million people. So the duty rests on us, APC, to reinforce the foundation that we already have for the production of agriculture. We need to eat what we produce. This government, the government that we are working to bring on board 2023, understands this very, very clearly. And I can bet on my brother, the candidate, our presidential candidate, Alhaji Ahmed Bola Tinubu, to deliver on what we are thinking, what we are planning for him to implement when he becomes the president. So may God bless our efforts. May God bless APC. May God bless our candidates at the various levels of governance in this country. I want to congratulate the governor of Niger State for accepting to host this very important and strategic interaction that is aimed at promoting agriculture, promoting food production. May God bless our efforts. May God ensure success for the APC in the forthcoming general election, so that on that critical day, we will have the pleasure and gratitude to Almighty God to raise the hand of Ahmed Bola Tinubu as the succeeding president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, coming later after President Buhari. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. Can we put our hands together for the national chairman of the All Progressives Congress? Thank you, Your Excellency. Oh, that's so wonderful. Thank you. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. When His Excellency said, no farmers, everyone said, no food. Before he said, no nation. We have food in Nigeria in abundance. I'd like to apologize for bringing the chairman ahead of the chairman of the Progressives Congress. It's a wrong program here. And on this note, the man who has been very instrumental, who is very fair and ensure equity and justice at all levels. Since he's been chairman of the Progressive Governors Forum, all we hear about is progress, progress, and progress. Can you join me as I welcome His Excellency, Senator Atiku Abubakar Bagudu, the Executive Governor of Kebbi State.
Your Excellency, our presidential candidate and president-in-waiting, by God's grace, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu of Borgu Kingdom, Niger State. I think if Niger State is not ready, we will own him. And our vice presidential candidate, His Excellency Senator Kashim Shettima, the chairman of our party, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, Excellencies Mohammed Badaru Abubakar, the DG of the campaign, His Excellency Barrister Simon Bako Lalong, and indeed our host governor, His Excellency Abubakar Sani Bello, and indeed all the other excellencies that are here, members of the Presidential Campaign Council, party leaders, farmers, fishing communities, those in the livestock sector, and indeed all commodity associations that are here, supporters, media, security. Good afternoon, everyone.
There is always more to a story than the screaming headline. The part of a story that is not told casts a shadow. It's like the part of an object that is not reached by light. On TVC News, I'm able to explore.
And for them, they called him home. He is a lawyer. He is an administrator, a very young one at that. The executive governor of Rivers State. The people of Benue, show him love. Put your hands together for His Excellency Ezemo Nyesom Wike. The Juve has landed. Your Excellency, sir, I must tell you, Benue is delighted to have you here. We are so proud of you. We thank you, and we want to let you know we appreciate your stand on fairness and equity in our country. Your Excellency, Sisu Davan,